Hi guys. So welcome to Super Spelling Bee. So let me share you an information regarding with what is the Waterloo Math Contest. Okay, let's start with what is the Waterloo Math Contest. Welcome to this content. By the way, my name is Joram. I'm Joram Gingging. So I'm currently a mathematical methods teacher here in Chinwang International College. So definitely teaching from the moment that you learn mathematics until to first year university. That is the range that I taught or I'm currently teaching. At the same time, I'm teaching statistics for the year 12 students. I'm teaching already for 9 years. And then I'm also what they call a mathematics solution provider. If you are familiar with Chegg, Bartleby, One Class, and other any stuffs online, so we are one of them. So I'm the one who is providing solutions to different questions from algebra, mathematics, calculus, pre-calculus, and everything stuffs related to the world of mathematics. If you have any questions along the way, feel free to ask. So what is a Waterloo Math Contest? So a Waterloo Math Contest, it is a math and computing contest which challenge students from around the world with a range of abilities to grow valuable problem-solving skills. So the Waterloo Math Contest is divided into different year levels or different grade levels. So they have what we call your Gauss, your Pascal, Cayley, and Fermat, and then actually there is also for grade 12, which is Euclid. But for this time, we'll just be talking about what is the Gauss, Pascal, Cayley, and Fermat. All right. So for grade 7 and grade 8, you are taking the Gauss. And then for grade 9, you are taking the Pascal, what they call the Pascal. And for grade 10, you are taking the Cayley. And grade 11, that is for Fermat. Okay, by the way, just let me do a can you, all right. So we have Gauss, Pascal, Cayley, and Fermat. Okay, so what is the mechanics of the contest? So every contest or every Olympiad, there is really a specific way how to get scores. So the mechanics of the contest is just simply simple. There are 25 multiple choice questions. So in these 25 multiple choice questions, you need to answer them within 60 minutes. So me I experienced before when I tried to be part of the Olympiad. So as much as possible, we need to answer it within a minute. Okay, so it takes a practice so that you can get through that. So this 25 multiple choice needs to be finished within 60 minutes time, and then it is done through paper base. So there are a total of 150 total marks. So the 150 total marks is allocated into different parts. There is what we call your part A, which is a 10 questions worth, 5 marks each. So within your part A, as much as possible, you need to get all through correct answers because this is already giving you an edge compared to other students. Next, in your part B, you'll be also have like a 10 questions worth 6 marks. So this is already like 60 in total. So me as an Olympiad or as a person who keeps on joining math contests, as much as possible, you are hitting whichever the number of the scores will gives you the greatest. So part A, part B will really always gives you the greatest in terms of scoring. And then there is also part C, which is a 5 questions worth of 8 marks. And then these questions are quite tough. So in terms of how they structure the questions, so your part A this is what they call your easy round, okay? So you can get used to this, like simple calculations, simple mathematics solutions, and then you go to your B, which is your intermediate or your medium round, and then your part C, which is now your critical thinking, wherein 1 or 2 or 3 topics that needs to be combined in a math problem. So we have what you call your Gauss. According to Gauss, mathematics is the queen of the sciences. So by the way, if Gauss is for grade 7 and grade 8, so what are the topics included into this? Okay, let me show you. Okay. Let me show you a. If this is, according to Waterloo contest, the topic that involves in the contest is all Canadian, it's under Canadian curriculum or in under Canada curriculum. So I look through online, okay? So I see here that the curriculum in Canada, it's not really as different from the different other countries. So we're here is that you need to learn, or the students, when joining the test, you are tested in terms of numbers. When we said numbers, this is your square roots, perfect square. So what is the square root of 16? Anyone? So you'll be having like square root of 16 is 4. And then you'll be also have integers, fractions, okay? So rational numbers, decimals, and percent. At the same time, we need to learn, or you are also tested in terms of operation, how to use the addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division correctly. So this is following a what you call your PEMDAS. All right, Jason. Square root of 16 is a 4. That is, your answer is that is raised to the power of 2. Okay, but we'll talk about that one later. Okay, at the same time, you are also be tested in terms of a mental health based on our problem solving, that in terms for percents. So here is that you are also tested in terms of algebra. So when we said algebra, this is the patterns and relationship in terms of what is the value of x, what is the value of y. If I'll be having x plus y is equal to 16, then what is the value of x, and then what is the value of y? So when we said algebra, we are already denoting a value or a event to be a variable or a letter, which is x or which is y. Okay, you also be tested in terms of a data. Okay, your data literacy, so meaning there will be a graph. It could be a pie graph, it could be a column graph, or any graph, or sometimes you are being provided with a different data numbering or number line. Okay, so along with it, you also have your probability. Anyone knows what is probability?
Probability is when, like, for example, you have a coin. What is the probability you'll get heads? That's like an example of probability, and it would be 50% chance.
Okay, perfect. Yes. So when we said probability, it's a calculation in which we need to figure out what is your chances, okay? What is the possible outcome if we take that one? Yes, a coin is a very good example, meaning if the coin is having a 2 sides, so what is the probability of getting a head or getting a tail, right? So you'll be having 1/2, or that is 50%, or sometimes we turn it into decimal as a 0.5. So those are the possible probability questions. So here is that you have independent and dependent events, meaning if the event is dependent and the event is independent. Okay, so later on, I'll be explaining you further what is really probability. So spatial sense. So if you have what we call spatial sense, this is more on the geometry. So any one of you here have already encountered geometry? Not yet? All right, so when we said geometry, the idea of geometry or spatial sense, it's more on visual, okay? Visual plus analytical skill, or your skills into determining what is or how to make things work. So more likely, as a mathematician, we always said that in order to calculate or to solve a spatial or a area or a perimeter, we always wanted to find a triangle. Why a triangle? Because geometrically speaking, the triangle could have like a 90 degrees, or it is a right triangle. Okay, so we have also financial literacy. So these are the possible topics, or these are the topics that is included in the contest. All right, so let's have a sample question related to Gauss.
Yeah, I have a question.
Go ahead.
So is in Gauss, is it one person against another, or is it like Gauss against Pascal or other teams?
Perfect. All right. So in terms of a Gauss or any other contest, you are just only tested among with the same Gauss team. Like all those people who are taking the Gauss, you are just only been competing against them. Or somehow Gauss or the Waterloo math contest is based on who got the highest score. So they rank you up from 1 until to how many students, and then they always post the scores or the top 20 students into their websites, and then that's how you will be recommended, or that's how what you get. So you are not competing with other different levels, because different levels have a different hierarchy or different difficulty in terms of a mathematical problem.
Okay, thank you.
All right, so let's give it a try. Okay, so here in this question, in the diagram, angle PQR is an isosceles with PQ is equal to PR. Okay, what is the value of X? Anyone? A, 110, B, 90, C, 95, D, 100, or E, 105?
I have an answer.
Go ahead.
I think, oh no, never mind. I didn't think.
Okay, just a guess. Is it an A? Okay, the answer is A. Do you get it right? Anyone? Anyone who got an A?
No.
No.
Okay, so definitely this question is what you call your spatial or sans, meaning under geometry. If you can see, it's an angle, right? Okay, over here, it's an angle. Okay, let me try to pull out the whiteboard, okay, so that I can show you the solution. Okay, just give me a sec. All right, let me try to do this. Okay, we have a triangle. Okay. Sorry, my bad. Okay, here's is your triangle. Okay, made it wrong. Okay, so we're looking for this X value over here. All right. So how to get this X value given that this is 95, this 120. Okay. So if you know geometry, actually, it will gives you an idea that the word is isosceles. Okay, the triangle is isosceles, right? Did you read that? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, the word is isosceles. When we said isosceles, meaning two sides of the triangle are all equally the same. So if the two sides of the triangle are equally the same, so meaning this side, the angle of this, and then the angle of this are also equally the same. Okay, that's the idea of an isosceles triangle. So now if an isosceles triangle have the same equal in terms of a angle, so what is this angle needs to be so that we can find your x? Do you know that your triangle will have a total of how many degrees? Do you know?
180.
Okay, perfect. Okay. It will have a total of 180 degrees. Okay. So meaning if we will be having this two, we can able to find this x given that we'll take it out from 180. But the problem is, how can we get this? So in mathematics, it's easy for us to solve if you know the theorems. Okay. So according to the theorems, okay, the vertical angle, meaning this one and this one, they are equally the same. So if they are equally the same, so this is 120. Okay.
I'm sorry, which did you say are the same?
Vertical angles. This one.
Right. Oh, right.
So,
Yeah. Okay.
so the vertical angles are equally the same. Or other way is that a straight line, okay, a straight line is also a 180 degrees, right? So if it's 180 degrees, even if I'll be using this one, because I need to find this. So if I will be having, so therefore this is 60 degrees. Correct? Right? Okay, next.
Yeah.
Can you follow me? Okay, so if this is 60 degrees, so therefore the vertical angle theorem is correct, right? Because this is 60 degrees, so a total of this side is 180 and this side is also 120. Perfect. Okay, next, if the straight line is 180 degrees, so therefore this is also 180 degrees in total. So meaning, if this is 95, what is the side over here? You'll be having 85 degrees, right? So if this is 85 degrees, and then now I'll be having this triangle already, okay? So if this is 85, this is 60 degrees, so therefore this is 35 degrees, correct? So if this is 35 degrees and then they are equally the same to this, so this is also 35 degrees. Yes, you're right, Jason. So you'll be having 35 plus 35, 70. Take it out from 180. So therefore, this is 110 degrees.
Oh, okay. That makes so much sense.
Question? So meaning, if you really know the idea of how things work for triangle, because from the word itself, okay, from the word itself, because in mathematics, it's not just that people thought that we are very good in math, just looking at the numbers, looking at the figures. But actually, we are also looking for words. Okay, those words will lead us to the solution, and those solutions will lead us to our answer. Any question?
No.
All right, good. Okay, going back to our, okay, I still have another question. How about this? A translation moves point A -3 to the right 5 units and up 3 units. This translation is done a total of 6 times. After this translation, the point is at x, y. What is the value of x plus y? Any answer? All right, so Jason asks, is -3 x or y? What do you think, Jason? This is a coordinate plane. This is from a coordinate plane. Okay, so when you said coordinate plane, meaning from this, we're here. So if this is a coordinate plane, so meaning you'll be having -3, 2. So you need to move it 5 units to the right, and then you move it up 3 units, and then do it 6 times. So now you will get the point xy. So what is the value of x plus y? So you can have letter D. Anyone would like to give it a share?
I think it might be A.
It might be A. Why A?
I mean, well, this is just like this isn't a very solid method, but like I know that if you go -3 to the right 5 times, then it would be negative, I think 2, like -2, 7, I think. And if you move up, it would be -5, 7. And 7 times 5 is 35. And A is the closest answer.
Okay, so actually it's E. Okay, let me show you.
I think it's E,
E. Why E?
because -3 is on the left, so that means if they go to right 5 units 6 times, that means it's go to the right 30 times, and 30 get and 30 and -3 is 27, and if it's 2 and go up 3 units 6 times, that's 18, and plus. Oh wait, I think E. I think it's D. No, I think it's D. Because 18 plus 2 is 20. So 27 plus 20 is 47.
Okay, right. Okay, let's see. Okay, let me share you my screen. Okay, so we're having that. Okay, just give me a sec. All right. So we'll be having A is -3, 2, isn't it? So here is that this is your x. Okay, in a coordinate plane, this is your x, this is always your y. Okay, now let's try first the value of your x. Okay, let's try to do this one first. So it says that you need to make sure that you are moving to the right by 5. So if I'll be having -3, I move it to the right, so I need to plus 5, right? It gives you 2. See? So now if the number 2 will be moved again to the right, so I'll be having 2 plus 5. So meaning it's already at 7. Okay, so if you can see, this number will always add it up by 5. So 7 plus 5. So it will gives you 12. Okay, and then 12 plus 5. Then it gives you 17. And then until 17 plus 5, it gives you 22, correct? And then, so we have already now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So one more. So 22 plus 5, then we can get is equal to 27. So now let's do it with your y. So when we said y, it needs to go up. So we are adding it all ways. So 2 plus 5, 2 plus 3 rather, is equal to 5. And then you'll be having 5 plus 3. So you can have an 8. Or in short, if we are using arithmetic sequence or a sequence, we'll be having 5, 8, a difference of 11, 11, a difference of 3 rather, 14, 17, and then 20. Okay, so 2, 4, 6. So therefore, our x is equal to 27, while our y is equal to 20. So therefore, I'll be having x plus y is equal to 47. Any question? So that's why we have answered letter D. Okay, any question? Okay, none? Okay, let's go to your Pascal. So what is the difference within a Pascal and a Gauss? So Pascal and Gauss, they are quietly the same in terms of a topic. But however, in your Pascal is we are leveling up into a higher degree. So here in Ontario curriculum, in Ontario curriculum, it's already states that you'll be having mathematics transfer course or applied to academics. So this is now like we are now dealing with one-step linear equations. So that is y is equal to mx plus b, if you are known to that one. You'll be having now monomials, meaning you will one variable multiplied by one variable at the same time, also division and then multiplication. So power rule, so exponents. And then you'll need to solve now in terms of a linear system of a two variable. And then we also have your linear relations, your slope intercepts, how to find slopes. And then you also have perimeter, measurement of geometry, still the same geometry, but this time you are now dealing with volume. So this is like volume of pyramids, cylinders. So it goes higher, okay? So let's have okay, let's just have this question. Janet picked a number, added to 7 to the number, multiplied the sum by 2, and then subtracted by 4. If the final result was 28, what number did Janet pick? Nine? Okay, Jason, can you explain to us?
Because if the final result is 28, that means it's subtracted by 4. So before it's 32, and then it says multiply the sum. So 32 divided by 2 is 16. 16 then subtract by 7 is 9.
All right. Perfect. All right. Okay, that is correct. Okay, by the way, guys, let me share you my screen. Okay, can you see my other screen?
I see a screen that says you are sharing screen, share device audio.
All right, sorry, this is my math. Okay, so we'll be having that. Okay, it's easy for me. It says that you have a number. Okay, Janet pick a number. Okay, let me say, let's do it by, okay, let X be Janet's number. Okay, so this time is we are using algebra system. Okay, we denote the number X could be Janet's number, any number that belongs to Janet. It says that Janet's pick up a number and then add by 7. So let's have plus 7 and then multiplied by 2. And then before you subtract by 4 is equal to 28. Okay, so you'll be having 2x plus 14 minus 4 is equal to 28. So 2x plus 10 is equal to 28. So 2x is equal to 18. So therefore, x is equal to 9. All right. So therefore, we are very certain it's not just about guessing, but using this number proof, we're able to provide that x should be equal to 9. Question?
Yeah. I didn't follow where from 2x. Oh, never mind. Sorry.
Yeah, go ahead.
No, like I realized my mistakes. I didn't. So I sort of was lost when 2x plus 14 minus 4 became 2x plus 10. Then I realized 14 minus 4 is 10.
Yeah. So the thing in a math contest is that you need to work very quick in terms of your mathematical operations. Okay, because of the time constraint, you are just only given 60 minutes, and then you have 25 questions. All right, so let's have another try. Yeah, let's have this question. Okay. Okay, this one. In the diagram, PQ is a diameter of a larger circle point. PR is on PQ. A smaller semicircle with a diameter PR and QR are drawn. If PR is equal to 6 and QR is equal to 4, what is the ratio of the area of the shaded region to the area of the unshaded region?
Hi, I'm really sorry to interrupt, but
Yeah.
we do have a really tight schedule. So
Okay, yeah, sure, Jaden. All right, so guys, do you have any question? Anyone? Okay, so just to give you what is the answer and then try to work it out by yourselves, the answer for this, it's letter B, 2:3. Okay, so definitely math, just to wrap everything up, is that if we are dealing a math question, it's very necessary that we know everything in terms of formula, in terms of how to deal with it. At the same time, the words that we need to be much more cautious on in order for us to solve the problem. All right, so that's all for today.